What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got the Michigan versus Michigan State preview, as we're going to be going over everything you guys need to know about this matchup, including the keys to the game, what to expect from both teams, key players, and I'm also going to be giving my predictions to the game. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the number 2 ranked Wolverines go on the road at night against their rival Michigan State for the Paul Bunyan Trophy. This game is at 7:30 p.m. on NBC, and right now Michigan, the spread, Michigan is favored for 24 points in this one right now. And right now, according to ESPN's matchup predictor, Michigan has a 93.1% chance to win, with Michigan State having a 6.9% chance. Michigan coming in, they are 7-0. Meanwhile, Michigan State on a 4-game losing streak, as they are 2-4 on the season, coming off of a gut-wrenching loss against Rutgers, as they lost 27-24 and blew a pretty big lead. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it, and I first want to start with previewing Michigan State's offense here, as obviously Michigan State, they made the switch from Noah Kim at quarterback to Katin Houser. Last game against Rutgers, he went 18 for 29, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So I do expect Katin Houser to start against Michigan, as Noah Kim on the season, he is 91 of 160 for 1,090 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He just makes way too many mistakes, and it's something that you can't do against Michigan. Now, this offense is coming off of a game where they fumbled the ball 3 times. There's one fumble by Alante Brown of Michigan State, and then Montori Foster Jr. fumbled it, and then Michigan State's punter also fumbled the ball, which resulted in a touchdown for Rutgers. So they really made some mistakes, and they also messed up on a kickoff, as Rutgers kicked it off short, and nobody recovered the ball, so Rutgers hopped on it and they scored the next possession to go up 27-24, and they didn't look back after that. So Michigan State, they have to clean up their act against Michigan. This offense has not been that good all season. As you look at their schedule, the only games they have put up 30 points is against Central Michigan in Richmond. They put up 7 points against Washington, 9 against Maryland, 16 against Iowa, and 24 against Rutgers, and they have yet to beat a Power 5 opponent this season. But let's go ahead and look at some key players on the offensive side for Michigan State. And obviously, Katin Houser, he did run the ball a little bit against Rutgers. He had 1 rushing touchdown where it was a designed quarterback run, so that is something to look at for Michigan. And then as far as the running backs for Michigan State, they have Nathan Carter, as he is their rushing leader with 113 carries, 529 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the season. However, they also have Jalen Berger as the backup. And as far as receiving, their lead receiver this year is Montori Foster Jr., as he has 24 receptions, 274 yards, and a touchdown on the season. However, they also got guys like Trey Mosley, Jaron Glover, and also Malik Carr as their tight end. So those are the key players to look out for on Michigan State's offense. And obviously Michigan State's offense not the best, and they're going up against one of the best defenses in the country out of Michigan. So I think the key thing for Michigan State is, if they got anything up their sleeves, any trick plays, I would definitely expect some trick plays in this game from them. We saw a trick play from Indiana. That's how they got on the board and scored 7 points. So anything that they can do to trick this Michigan defense, they're gonna have to pull out, especially early in the game, because they're definitely gonna get an early start. But you look at Michigan's defense here as we preview Michigan's defense, they rank second in total defense, allowing just 233.1 yards per game, and they rank first in scoring defense, only allowing 6.71 points per game. So they're going up against a defense that can stop the run, and they limit explosive plays. Now, Michigan's defense, they can also force some turnovers. They have forced 12 turnovers all season, including 3 fumbles and 9 interceptions. And they're also coming off a 4 forced turnover game against Indiana. So Michigan State's offense gonna have their hands full against this Michigan defense. Then I also want to go ahead and preview Michigan's offense against Michigan State's defense, as obviously, Michigan's offense, they have been rolling. They beat Indiana 52-7, putting up 52 points, and this offense has put up 30 plus points in all 7 of their games, including scoring 45, 52, and 52 in their last 3 games. But JJ McCarthy on the season, he is 111 of 142 for 1,512 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And if you take out that Bowling Green game, he has 0 interceptions on the season. He has been phenomenal. And then obviously, for Michigan's rushing attack, they have Blake Corum leading the way with 96 carries, 546 yards, and 12 touchdowns on the season, as he is climbing Michigan's all-time career rushing touchdown leaderboard. And obviously Michigan still has, Donovan Edwards on the backfield. Khalil Mullings is working through an injury, so, we might not see him against Michigan State. However, Benjamin Hall, a freshman, ran it very good against Indiana late in the second half, as he actually led the way with 58 rushing yards against Indiana, as he was the leading rusher against Indiana for Michigan. But I doubt he will, see playing time unless it is a blowout. And for receivers, obviously, Roman Wilson leading the way for Michigan, 25 receptions, 396 yards, and 9 touchdowns on the season. And they also have Cornelius Johnson, Tyler Morris, and Samaj Morgan, the freshman, is making a name of himself. He is from West Bloomfield, Michigan, from the state of Michigan, so maybe Harbaugh will put him in this rivalry game. We obviously saw Andrell Anthony in 2021 make a big impact in that game. Now, Michigan also has 2 outstanding tight ends out of Colston Loveland and AJ Barner. Colston Loveland coming off a 3 reception, 80 yards, and a touchdown performance against Indiana. Now, Michigan State is coming off of 3 forced turnovers against Rutgers. They forced 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. But I think the key thing here for Michigan, I think they're gonna have more success passing the ball against Michigan State. However, it also could be an even split between the numbers. However, I just look at that Washington game. Washington had 536 passing yards. They absolutely torched Michigan State's secondary. And I know Michigan doesn't have, the firepower like Washington's offense. However, Michigan State's secondary has been bad in the past years, so I wouldn't be surprised if the key thing for Michigan's offense is to pass the ball in this one. But nonetheless, they are going to want to control the line of scrimmage and run it down Michigan State's throats. However, Michigan's offense has been pretty even this season. One thing I did notice about Michigan State's defense is that they miss a lot of tackles. I even watched, the Rutgers game. I know it was rainy a little bit, but Rutgers, they slipped away off of a couple tackles and got into the end zone and got some big runs against them. So Michigan State, they're going to have to play fundamentally sound football. And on the defensive side, they're going to have to create turnovers and force turnovers. Also, tackling is key. Got to wrap up the Michigan players. Otherwise, it's going to be an even longer day than expected. Another thing for Michigan's offense, I think another key thing is, you got to finish drives in this game. Last season, we saw a lot of field goals in the Michigan State game from Michigan. And this year, they have to be able to finish drives and get into the end zone, especially early in this game. You want to shut this crowd up as soon as possible. So let me know in the comment section your guys' score predictions and how you guys think this game will go. I do expect a blowout. However, since it is a rivalry game, we could see some trick plays, and you just never know what to expect in a rivalry game. I'm gonna go 38-10 Michigan. Let me know in the comment section down below your guys' score predictions. I think the main thing for Michigan here is getting out of this game healthy and just taking care of business as usual, just like Blake Corum said. But other than that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.